Recently, July of last year, we purchased, new to us, a 2022 Holiday Rambler Armada 40M.
That's correct.
And we love it. As a couple this is part of our retirement plan to have this RV. And we really looked till we found the perfect RV, or at least what we think is going to be the perfect RV that leads us into retirement. And we will do more videos about getting ready for retirement in the future. But today what we want to talk to you about is the options that you can get on an RV. A lot of people have questions. Should I get that? Is that worth the money? Now, buying a used RV, we did not have a choice of options.
Right.
But our RV did come with 10 out of the 14 options available on this coach. So let's talk through some of them and discuss whether we think it's worth it.
Okay.
Is it worth the money?
Yep.
Have we enjoyed it? And would we recommend you getting those options or purchasing those options if you are buying new, or if it is something that you are getting an upcharge for on a used RV? So the first thing, I'm going to have to put my glasses on to read here, is the satellite dish Winegard in motion. This isn't something we've used a lot yet.
Right. So again, it's not
roof mounted.
It is roof mounted. It's an option that allows you to get hooked up to the internet for while you're traveling. But Winegard is not the least expensive. And when this RV came out, there weren't a lot of other options at the time. So I understand why they would have taken it. Not sure that at this point I would suggest that we do that, because there's so many other options like Starlink and everything else that's out in the market today.
People even use their T-Mobile. I've heard really good things about that.
So it personally, we have it. I don't know if we're ever going to use it, but it adds to the vehicle, that another thing that it has. But again,
it's an option.
It's an option. It is an option. The way to go.
So okay. The next thing on here on this list is the Motion Power Lounge. So the Motion Power Lounge is the sectional. We have 2 power seats in that sectional basically. And I kind of like it more than some of the new ones because it doesn't have the divide in the middle where the cup holders. There are tray tables that go on either side for that. But I like that you can recline both recliners at once, because it allows us the chance to kind of like even lay diagonally. We have 2 dogs that are always up there with us. So for me, for sure, a power recliner, and it faces the television, the televator that's just behind us right now.
Yep.
So I think this was well worth the money. I would highly recommend some sort of reclining seat in your RV. We do have one with the passenger seat as well, but it's not the same. That almost converts into a bed. If we have our youngest grandchild with us, she certainly could sleep up there if she needed to or wanted to.
Right.
So the next thing on here is the drop-down bed above the front cab. So a lot of families really, really want that drop-down bed. Here's what I'm going to say about it for us. Again, we are empty nesters. We bought this coach for us. If we had bought it new, and if I had to pay extra money for that, I would probably leave it out. There's a couple reasons for that. Number one, it's a twin XL, so it's not quite a queen. You can't put full-size adults up there. The other thing is it comes with a mattress that is literally just a very tiny little pad. And you don't have a lot of room to put a full mattress up there. Could you put a kid up there? Sure, that wouldn't mind, sure. For a night or two, probably not a problem. But the other thing I don't like about it here is that as that comes down, there is a gap between the bed and the front windshield. And I have not found anywhere to hook a net there. There is one on this side, on the side leading into the RV itself, into the living space of the RV. But I don't see one on the other side. So if you're watching this now and you have an Armada, you do use your drop down. Please let us know how it's working for you and what you've done to kind of resolve that problem. So next thing on the list here is the awning, the double awning. We have a double awning. We have not only the awning that is over what the kitchen and living room area would be, and I believe that's 12 foot, but we have an additional 12-foot awning that goes all the way to the back of the coach. They are split, and they are on remote, and they are the best thing since sliced bread, in my opinion. I love having the double awning. It is not something we've ever had before.
It's full length of the RV from just behind the door all the way to the back, and it's and the other thing I really like is where the light is on it. It's out at the edge of it,
right.
So you're adding light. It shines back in, and it really helps light up that whole area.
So it creates like a 24-foot patio area for us, and I know that you have brought your Blackstone under there in some, less desirable weather conditions. You don't have to be out in the sun. It's a place that you can cook. We can put a full-length picnic table out there. We put our chairs out there. So it is great. If you have this option, it is so worth the money, and I would highly recommend it. I think it's one of our top two, and we'll get to the other one in just a little bit. Speaking of awnings, all of the slides, and there are 3 of them in this coach, have slide toppers. Now, we've had slide toppers in the past, but these I really, just like the other ones, I really think it's an addition or an option that is well worth the money.
Absolutely.
We've had fifth wheels that don't have slide toppers, and what happens there is anything that drops, any dirt, any needles or leaves from the trees that drop, when you pull in your slides, that debris comes into your living space.
Right.
So you're bringing dirt into your coach, and that is not something that anyone wants. So slide toppers, if it's an option, highly recommend them.
So then there's some other options that we have on this one. That was selected, the brake sync, which is a new type of braking system for it. It syncs the brakes with the air brakes, and it really does help slow down the RV. And of course, the RV it's one of the other nice things when we're talking about brakes. The way this one's set up, literally just flick the stalk where you have the ability to put the engine into drive or reverse. And it goes right into where it does the diesel brake exhaust brakes on. So it's a great system. I've been very happy driving the RV with having that, and it's definitely an option I'm glad that they took. Another one is the blind spot detection. So just like on your car, where if you have your 2 side or rear view mirrors on the sides of the car, you have a little light that comes on if there's somebody next to you. Well, this has it also. First unit I've seen in RVs.
So I find it hard to believe that that's an option, and it's just not standard. Do you think it's more standard on the new ones?
Probably is.
Okay, because again, we're 3 years old in this coach, going on 4. So at the time, maybe that was, but definitely a safety feature that I would
without a doubt
would not leave off.
The technology package is the upgraded system they have for controlling all the controls, everything from the lights to the heat to the diesel generator, to you name it, you can control it. And then we really like all the locations that they have, the different ability to control that same system from. Definitely a really good system, and it does have an app, so I can actually control it right from my phone as well. So it's a really nice system that they installed, and I'm glad they added that in as well.
It also includes your package at the front cab, does it
not?
Okay.
Yes.
So that's what I thought.
It does.
Okay, so the next one is something I would have never thought we needed until we did. And that is heated floors. This coach comes standard in the living and kitchen areas, but the option is to have it in the bedroom and the bathroom. So the heated floors are throughout the entire coach. Well, this has been the first year in Florida that the temperatures have been in the 20s this winter, and we are not used to that.
No.
So we've had at least 2 to 3 camping trips now where we can put our tiled floors on a timer. So when we wake up in the morning at 6 a.m., those kick on. They run the diesel through the tiled floors, right? That's its diesel system that heats it. And you get out of bed and you're not stepping on that cold porcelain tile. It is nice and warm. I personally love it. I wish we had it in our house. That's how much I love it. And the dogs love it. And it has definitely helped to create some radiant heat as well in the coach. Again, we're not used to this type of temperature, and we haven't stopped our camping all winter long. We don't winterize our coach. So it has really helped for comfort level. And I would say for sure, get it. Again, this is the coach we are taking on our trips when we retire, and we plan to be in some cold weather and mountainous weather and all different types of terrain. So this is something that I'm glad is coming along for the ride with us. And so the last option that we have is...
It's okay, so the other option is... Yes, this is one of my favorites in the world. So for everybody that ever... When you're pulling stuff outside, you typically have one slide-out tray, and then there's another bay next to it that just is you go all the way through. But in that one, if you don't have a tray, you're going to have it literally climbing halfway in sometimes just to try to get stuff out of it. Well, they took the option of adding the second tray. Highly recommended. And I'm so happy we have it because it just makes things so much easier to pull in and pull out and to store, and it makes everything a lot more accessible. So it's not as much of a challenge getting to things underneath the RV.
And that's something that the high-end coaches, we've seen it standard in like a Prevost or a Newell, but at this level of coach, it is something that really does help to up the luxury and the accessibility for things. So really well worth it. So I think our top, if we had to say top 2, you would say for sure that tray. I love the awning, followed very closely by those heated floors.
Oh yeah.
So there's only 4 options that we do not have in this coach, and I don't know that we necessarily miss them or even want them for our kind of living. One is the facing dinette. So when we were just at the Florida RV Super Show, we went into a lot of coaches, a lot of very high-end Tiffins, a lot of high-end coaches that have that facing dinette. And what we discovered is that you really can't comfortably fit 2 adults on that bench.
Yeah.
You can fit 1 and maybe a dog next to you, or 2 children, but you're not going to fit 2 adults.
Yeah, so you'd have to get the full like U-shaped dinette, which that wasn't the option.
And even that was tough too, because you'd have to scoot behind, and then there was the leg that would block an adult's legs from behind. So everyone has a different style of dining. We do so much of our dining outside, but we have just the pull-out table with the 2 chairs. And what I like about the way it comes standard is then what that allows is for a whole buffet cabinet behind that dining. And boy, do I use that. That is where I store a lot of large things underneath there. We have 3 drawers that we pack. And then on the other side, it has just a little pull-out computer stand. So you can store your computer on there when you are traveling, and then certainly use that as an additional workspace if you needed to. So I don't miss that one.
No.
What are some of the other ones here on this list?
In the middle of the RV, we have a fireplace, and it's a wall that comes out off of from the side wall, and above it there's a picture in this one. It's a hanging picture. Well, the option is to add a TV there. Honestly, I can't see why we would want a TV, because right behind us on the bench, on the chair we're sitting in, there's a televator, so you can sit on the powered dual recliners and watch TV very comfortably. and there's a TV still in the front of the RV. So really, it's just one of those things I couldn't see.
And in the bedroom.
Yeah, and in the bedroom we have one.
In this tiny little space, we already have 3 TVs interior and
one
then
outside.
one exterior, a large one exterior.
Mm-hmm.
So for our purposes, I don't see needing it.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe if you're someone that likes a lot of surround with football or whatever, that might be something. The other thing, I don't even know what this is, satellite delete.
So that means that it would have take the satellite dish off of it, which honestly, I would have probably done that because, again, if we go to some of the newer systems with using the cell phone carriers, signals, or using Starlink, not sure that it would really add a whole lot to it. The other item is something that I'm sort of on the fence on whether we would want or not. It was an exterior freezer. A great idea if you're going to be doing a long trip
or boondocking,
but where it would have gone would have taken out a nice big storage section. So not sure that I would be willing to sacrifice that storage underneath because that's at a premium.
It's also something that you can purchase pretty easily aftermarket and make it fit your space a little bit more readily, and then you're not paying like dealer prices to add that option. So for now, we don't miss it. But it might be something in the future if we are doing these long boondocking trips that you might consider.
And again, the nice thing is where that would have gone is there's already an electrical plug there, so you can easily plug anything in that you wanted to. So it'd be an easy add. So if you find that you need it maybe for a specific trip, we might consider getting one to bring with us depending on what we're going to be doing. But I'm glad they didn't purchase it.
So that concludes the options for this coach. We thought that might be interested for anyone that is purchasing either new or used and thinking about, do we need these things? If you're interested in a full tour of the coach that we feel is the perfect coach for us for retirement, join us in our next video and we will do a walkthrough from front to back and underneath and show you all of the things that we really love about this coach. Until next time, we'll see you on the road.